Hello, my name is David Tilling, Family Matters Worker, and today on today's bite-sized session, we're going to be looking at the need for consistency and boundaries. Children need fair, firm, consistent boundaries. Inconsistency leads to a confusion. Children do not know what is expected of them or what to expect of adults. Confusion leads to a sense of insecurity and often difficult behaviours. I'm going to give you an example. Two children taking cushions off the settee in the front room, building a den. Parent comes into the room and encourages the play, encourages the game, indulges in it. The next day, the children start playing the same game. This time the parent comes in and is angry at the children and sends them to the room for making such a mess in the living room. Now, how do you think that's going to make children feel? That's confusing because it's okay one day, but not the next. So we're going to start looking at the types of boundaries. And there are 4 types of boundaries. Okay, so there's constricting, and constricting boundaries are where parents are putting in lots of rules, often backed up with severe punishments, little room to explore. Do as you're told, like a dictatorship. Control for its own sake, and that's a more authoritarian parenting style. And then there's the absence parenting style. The types of boundaries with absence is where there's no limits, anything goes, neglectful or indulgent, like anarchy, a more disengaged parenting style. And then we're going to look at the inconsistent. Often a mixture of constricting and absent, strict one day and indulgent, but neglectful the next day. A mixed parenting style. And then there's the clear, consistent boundaries, the safe, fair limits with clear expectations, stability with plenty of room to explore and grow. This is an authoritative parenting style. And these are the 4 styles that we look at. Okay, so what we're going to look at now is the effects of these different boundaries. Okay, so none of us had to cope with different boundaries. Most of us had to cope with different boundaries. Maybe one parent was strict and the other indulgent, or a step parent or grandparent had different ideas. Boundaries at schools, clubs, churches, mosques are often different from those boundaries at home. We have talked about boundaries with hundreds of people, and we've done surveys, and here's what they tell us. Does this match your experience? Constricting. If we are constricted and over-controlled, we may become rebellious and uncooperative, or go to the other extreme and become timid or submissive. There is a risk that we will do whatever someone older or more authoritarian tells us, and that makes us vulnerable to those who want to abuse us or pressurize us into risk-taking behaviors. And the feedback for absence. Well, absence, too much freedom. Too much freedom can be as scary as not enough. If there are no boundaries, we may feel that nobody cares about us and may behave in extreme and sometimes dangerous ways to get someone to notice us and take charge. And then the inconsistent. With inconsistent boundaries, we can feel confused and insecure and learn to be manipulative. If the adults around us are not clear of what they expect of us, we can't learn what behavior is okay. A lot of difficult behavior can be traced to this. Clear, consistent parenting. Okay, so clear, consistent boundaries offers clear, fair boundaries, because fair boundaries help us feel secure, safe to explore within the limits and to test them. This leads to confidence and ability to try things without taking further risks and respect others. Okay, so I'd like you to think about the boundaries you had yourself as a child. What impact did these boundaries have on you? You may like to write some of your thoughts and feelings down and think about what boundaries do you think your kids are experiencing at home with you and elsewhere in their lives. If you have a partner, talk with your partner. If there's other adults in the house, talk with them. Talk to any family members on the phone, any other adults, and talk with them about the need for consistency, because it's so important to have consistent times. Take time to reflect on how alike or how different your children's experiences are from your own, and think about why this may be so. I'd like to thank you for taking the time to watch today's session. Please check out other bite-sized sessions, and I wish you to take good care and look after yourselves. Thank you so much.